essential workers, we love you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything you've done for us, for our families, for our community. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm a little emotional because my whole community right now is on their terraces and banging and clapping and screaming. And we're just trying to show our gratitude for everybody who's been going through the crises and helping us and just there for us. You know what I mean? I'm crying because it's a beautiful feeling how at 7 o'clock every day in each neighborhood, people come out and they come together on their terraces, their windows, whatever the case may be, and they bang and they scream and they yell, and it's a very overwhelming feeling, and it's a beautiful thing at the same time. So I'm sorry that I just got like totally emotional. I've been on my terrace for like 5 minutes, like clapping and screaming, and they're still at it. So yes, I am back. We are right here at the D Essence show, coming from home, and I figured 7 o'clock would be a great time, but not realizing that 7 o'clock is when we give our, we pay our respects to them. I think they're finally calmed down. I see people come out their window like, what the fuck? Like, if you're not with it, you're not with it. If you are, you are. I want to thank everybody for joining me so far. What's up, Mike Massive? What's up, Big Rolly Smokes? What's up, Nadine 714? I'm sorry if I came up on live and scared you guys, but I just got very overwhelmed. I have not been emotional in days. I've been very just numb and trying to keep a smile on my face, but the shit gets to you after a while. We're all in it together, and whether we have it in our families or not, we're all still going through it. And it's getting closer to home. So we need to just stick together and keep ourselves healthy and love each other. So anyway, okay, I need to get myself in line right now. So what we're going to do tonight is maybe for the next 45 minutes or so, till he's ready to go or till IG kicks me off, we're going to have the DS show here. I usually record around this time. Sorry, obviously there's no studio here, but this is my home. I try to put my logo on the TV and all of that to make it more personable. I do want to give a shout out and love to everybody who's joining me right now. I am going to have an artist come on with me in just a few minutes. I'm just waiting for him to kind of pop up. I already text. We already know what's going on. And we're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about what men want, what men are turned on by, what men are turned off by, what kind of woman are you looking for, the difference between dating, relationships, sex, what's expected, what's not expected, any situations or things that men are tired of being dependent on for, or the pressure of a man to be a man in 2020 in New York City and all over the United States or even the country. He just walked in the building. He's here. So I want to bring him on in a few seconds. I personally know him and met him at a festival that I was hosting past summer. And he is a singer, a songwriter. Give me 1 second. I see you. Stay right there. He is a singer, songwriter. He plays instruments. You might know him from The Voice from Channel 4 NBC. He was a finalist on there, and he had his run on there as well. He also came on the show to the D-Essence last year. If you caught the Tats Crew episode, he was the first guest, so he opened up the show. And he had put up a post earlier this week that caught my attention, and I reposted it, and I actually got some feedback from men. And I feel like he's very transparent, and he's young, he's good looking, he's talented, he's an artist, he's from Brooklyn. Why not talk and talk about this for you guys? You know, this is not male bashing. We're not male bashing. We're not female bashing. We're talking about what men want, deal with, like, don't like. So our ladies can get in line because we do have faults. We do things that are not turned on necessarily. We have a lot of emotional baggage. We have trust issues. We have expectations. You know, a lot of females right now are acting like the man instead of the female. So there's a lot to talk about. So we're gonna get to it because I don't want to waste no more time. I don't know how much time he has for me, but I would like to introduce. Let me see if I can get him on. Really, I'm so excited. I personally love him too. Let's see what he comes on.
Here we go.
There he is.
What up, Miss D?
Hi, handsome.
How you doing? You got the shades on and everything, huh? I feel like I should get my shades too. Oh.
Everything. You see the sun glaring in my face right now?
Smooth. Okay.
So everyone, this is Zaxai. He's an artist. He's a singer. He's a songwriter and so much more. He was a finalist on The Voice. Maybe you guys recognize him, maybe you don't, but now you see him face to face. And we're going to hash this out. We're going to talk about men. Aren't you happy?
Let's talk about it. Shout out to you for saying what you said. You know, we're not male bashing. We're not female bashing. We're just talking about these social norms, you know, so definitely with it.
First of all, I want to ask you, how are you? It's great to see your face. I love you as always, and I'm thankful that you're taking the time out to speak to us.
Now we worth it.
Possibly we can show this on BronxNet at the end of the day, you know, part of the show. So we can't do heavy cursing or any vulgar language, but we can get the point across.
Let's do it.
How is everything, babe? How are you dealing with this quarantine time?
Everything is cool. I mean, the biggest or the craziest thing that's going on is really just my parents. I mean, my mom's a nurse, so she's out there in the field in Queens, and my father, he's a chef at a hospital. So it's a little crazy right now. That's honestly been pretty much the thing. I've been doing my part, you know, social distancing, and if I have to go out, it's for like literal necessities, like just for the sake of kind of setting up like a little home studio, stuff like that. And pretty much, I just been to myself, you know, just chilling. Honestly, so yeah, for the most part, I've been doing good.
And it seems like you kind of know how to deal with it, because it doesn't seem like you're that type of person that needs to be out and about all the time. Even though you travel the world, you've been to numerous places, but you come off to me that you're very like low key, and you're okay with that. Am I getting the right perception of you?
You know what? That's why you need a whole Tony, because that is an awesome assessment. I'm telling you, because I mean that is a fact. I mean, I'm an extrovert when I have to be, but at heart, I'm honestly an introvert. Like, I'd rather just chill, do what I need to do. And my mentor told me back in the day, there's always something to do. There's no such thing as there's everything done, you know? So, I mean, I'm a hustler. We're from New York. We get it. Uptown, downtown, no matter, all of New York, we're hustlers. So we just got to figure it out. So that's where we at right now with that.
All right, sounds good. We'll talk about some professional stuff a little later on, but I do want to get to the fun stuff, because I was excited to have this conversation with you. I trust you to be open, transparent, truthful, even if the truth hurts. And speak to the men out there and the females, because we can learn a lot. We have a lot of questions. We always want to know what's going on. There's a lot of effery going on, if you get what I'm saying, which follows us, right? So I just want you to be very transparent. So I'm going to start off with the first thing, okay? And then we'll just roll from there. All right. If you cheat, does that mean that you do not love the person that you're with?
That's not true, but I guess everything is kind of I guess contingent on the person. And plus, you know, men and females are like two different, you know, creatures. You know, some people like to say that men are more physical, women are more emotional, you know, so, but I disagree. I've been on both sides of the spectrum. I've been cheated on multiple times, and I've cheated on, I can say, once in my life. Sorry, I've been cheated on multiple times, but I've cheated once in my life, you know, and I know the reasons why I did it. You know, I can't speak for everybody else, but I know personally that it was a stupid mistake on my end. It was due to like a lot of insecurities. Nor am I saying, you know, I condone it. You know, I did the crime, I did the time. You know what I mean? So, but at the end of the day, I did love her. You know, and I'm the one that actually confessed that I did what I did. I would have been walking scot-free. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, I really want this girl. I want to marry this girl. So I gotta be 100% with you. You know, and then, you know, we spent whatever years together, and then, you know, bada bing, bada boom, we called it quits, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, it still left a mark on her heart, you know, and I understood that later, you know, but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't believe that you can't, like, if you cheat, you can't love, that doesn't mean you love someone, you know, so love, you can't, I heard a whole proverb a while ago, you know, love, and I'm paraphrasing here, It says, love, you can cheat on somebody you're in love with. You won't cheat on somebody that you respect. So that's my take on that.
And I agree with you on that because I was raised the same way. My dad would always tell me, respect is number one. And once that respect for you from a man is there, everything else goes right in line. Loyalty, trust, love, friendship, all of that. So I agree with you on that.
1,000%.
Now, when you did cheat, you said it was insecurity. Was it insecurity within yourself or was it insecurity in the relationship? Even though there's love there, but
myself. I mean, like I said, because there's different reasons why people cheat. Don't get me wrong; they're all fuck girls and fuck guys, like F boys and F boys, out there, But everybody has their own reasoning. For me, it was insecurity within myself. I was how old was I? 22, some ish like that.
You a baby too. That's another thing. Do you think not to cut you off? It'll be jumped around a lot. But do you think that had a big thing to do with it? Was age? 22 is very young.
Yes and no. Yes, because, there's certain things I feel like you can't learn until you're older, no matter how mature or ahead of the game you are. No, because even, at that age and at that time, I always felt like I was two different people when I was with someone else, and that's one thing I try to work within myself was to try to be consistent. If I'm singing at church, if I'm singing wherever else, I'm going to be me 100%. The best I can at the end of the day. Of course, artists, you got to go to the side. You got to be with your people, you got to be with your family. But for the most part, I wanted my character to be consistent to the best of my ability. I still have flaws, but a lot of that had to do with that. It was insecurity within myself, not necessarily her or the relationship. And if I'm being honest, it was at the beginning of the relationship, not necessarily within the relationship. And she taught me how to love and how to love better, because I was out here, just being a dickhead. So I gotta stop cursing. But yeah.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. That's what editing is for later. So when you did tell her, did you guys forgive each? Was there forgiveness?
That's a good question. I mean, initially, yes and no, only because I'm looking at this at hindsight, there's going to be that period where it's like, I forgive you, but then little things will come out. Like, maybe she won't respect you the same. Maybe she won't talk to you the same way. Maybe she's quick and prone to kind of, I don't know, lash at you. You know what I mean? So, but then, you being in the wrong, you kind of just accept it because you're in the wrong and you want to stay with her. You want to stay with them. You know what I mean? But of course, later on, unless you're really forgiving, then it's not going to go anywhere. And that's, I guess, honestly, if I'm being honest, that's where it kind of ended up, no matter how deep the friendship, no matter how deep the love and respect. And you can see that, well, I could, because I'm very vigilant.
Yeah.
Respect. You can see the contrast. It's like, I can tell that you love me. I know that I love you, but there is no respect anymore within this, maybe time needs to grow. Maybe we need to figure some ish out, but that's what it is.
It's not innocent anymore. It's broken.
It's broken. It's completely broken. And
it's broken.
It can be repaired, but at a young age and two people that's not willing to do it, it's like, nah, in 2020, nobody's trying to do that no more. I'm a firm believer in fixing stuff, but honestly, I'm more of a believer in respect.
Is cheating a deal breaker for you? What are your deal breakers?
Is cheating a deal breaker for me?
What? Yeah, or speak for the men too if you want. It's okay. It could be, it could be your point of view and also for just general men. Like, is there a forgiving process going on with you guys? Or, because as females, we don't really see it. It's like, God forbid we do something, it's like a man never wants to love again and they become, F-boys again.
Yeah.
And then some men are able to forgive and move on alone or with that person. Now, a female, we have deal breakers too, but there are females that can respect the man that they love coming forth and being clean with them than getting caught. But then there's other females, maybe like me, that would say, well, you cheated, whether you're guilty or not.
Right.
Why are you telling me to be truthful or because the guilt is there?
Right. Like I said, I can't talk for everybody. Like you just said too, like there's different experiences for different people, I try to act like, cheating is a deal breaker for me, but I've always been like a hopeful romantic. So if I'm really, 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 really digging you and I put in the time, I put in the effort, then I'll try my best to kind of figure it out. And if I'm being more transparent, that's what pretty much happened in my last relationship. You know what I mean? So, but to what you just finished saying, yeah, definitely, guys and girls. I've seen it in girls too, but definitely for me, you know, you want to revert back to that kind of F-boy stage and that kind of F it, you know, like it don't matter. Like I'm out here doing the right thing and, you know, you out here doing you and, you know, like, nah, no bueno, you know, because, you know, you grow up, we be us as men, for me at least, you grow up kind of seeing, oh, the bad boy wins, you know, so that, you know, you see how it affects women and affects like say your sisters or your cousins or your mom or whomever, you know, you try to be different. So you try to be that different person, but then you go out there in the field and then you got this character from a woman that's being an F girl and turns around and hurts you. It's like, all right, no. Okay, you want the bad boy. All right, you're going to get the bad boy. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's not even, you know, forcefully. It's more of your heart starts to just kind of break and you kind of just be like, all right, screw it. I'm just going to figure life out. And when I figure it out. But once again, you can either use that as a crutch and eventually that's going to get old, or you kind of just figure it out off jump and be like, you know, let me take some time. So I respect a lot of women that do that. And I definitely respect a lot of men that do that, and that can say, you know what, I'm a chill, yo. I'm honestly not okay. You know, I'm a chill. And so for me, that was not me. I went on my binge. I'm not gonna hold you, you know, so it is what it is at the end of the day.
Okay. Let's see what else I got. Why do men move on? One, so fast. That's one. Two, when the situation is not even over with.
When the situation is not over with?
Let's say like the relationship is dying out.
Okay.
But you already got like the option right next to you.
You know what's
Why is it happening so fast when one door hasn't been closed to open up the next one?
You know what's crazy? I can't even say that's a guy thing alone or solo, because once again, that wasn't my experience. At first, at least. That was the opposite. That happened to me, you know, and I should have peeped it from jump. So yeah, I think that's a personable flesh thing. You know, I'm also big on like understanding wisdom. Flesh is like the biggest thing when it comes to like lust and anything primal, you know what I mean? So in my respect, once again, you know, Shorty was out here ready with the side piece, and definitely to do a selfish plug, I got a song that's gonna be dropping called Dang, you know, and the lyrics go, just tell me I'm not enough. We can cut the brakes if you had enough. That way you can focus on your next lie. I already know about the next guy. You know what I mean? So out here. So
I love that, but you should have sang that. You know what I mean?
Oh, you want me to sing it for real?
Can you sing just a little bit?
I'll sing a little bit. Yeah, sure.
Go ahead.
Don't tell me I'm not enough. We can cut the brakes if you had enough. That way you can focus on your next lie. I already know about the next guy. And then I'm gonna leave the rest. I'm gonna leave the rest for a little bit. You know,
I love it.
So I mean, yeah. So
I love me some Zaxai.
it's honestly, but we 2020 plays a lot of role in it too. In just this century we live in, everything is microwave. Everything is okay. You hurting me? Alright, no problem. I'm on Instagram. I'll post a thirst trap. Alright, no problem. I go in the streets. I'll do this. You know, so it doesn't make it any easier. And so I think it's also generational too. And I for me, like I said, that wasn't my experience at first. You know, Shorty already had a homie on the side already lining up. You know what I mean? And to your question, the first part, why do guys move on so fast? Once again, I can't answer that. For me, I didn't move on fast. You know, many guys don't move on fast. I think we try to play this facade, you know, that we're moving on. You know, we didn't really move on, because if you really honestly moved on, you'd be better. You'd be maybe more fit. Maybe you about your paper. You'd figuring some shit out. But even then, it's still, if it's really somebody you love, it's really at the root of the heart, and it's really hurting like crazy. So a true wound does not heal fast. You may try to put some stitches on that, you know, but it's not going to work. At the end of the day, it's not happening. It's not working. I don't care what nobody tell me. And if you do, then you never really loved her. You never really actually wanted to be with her, you know, because people jump in relationships for fun sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People just jump in relationships as for the sake of to wasting time. You know what I mean? And
absolutely,
it's done. You're like, oh, okay, you know, it's whatever. You know, so those are the moments you kind of got to be weary about and leery about. So.
Okay, so right away we started with relationship and cheating. So let's go back to the foundation of things. Let's go back to meeting someone. Let's go back to the chivalry part. Do you agree that chivalry is dead?
Nah, chivalry is definitely not dead. It may not be as prominent as it used to be, but it's definitely not dead. And once again, it's because of this war between genders. I think, you know, you got women want to be savages and dudes want to be machismos or N-words, you know what I mean? So, right. You know, so chivalry's not dead. I think when you're you and you're completely you, 100% you, or not even 100% you, like when you're comfortable in you be like, I'm gonna open this door for you because that's just what I was taught. You know what I mean? You could be a whole F girl or F boy, but well, guy, if you're talking chivalry, you could be a whole F girl. I'm gonna open the door because that's what my mama taught me. You know what I mean? Now, if you're gonna be out here acting a fool, I'm just open the door, but you still won't look like a fool, and I'm still like a dude. So it is what it is.
So, ladies, chivalry is not dead.
Nah,
and if your man or someone you dating or see is not doing chivalry and that's your thing, then maybe you need to speak up. Maybe you need to express that's something that you enjoy doing. So, because there's a lot of men that think that we don't want that, because a lot of females don't believe in it because they think that men are not doing it. But there are a lot of men that are still gentlemen. There is chivalry still.
Or sometimes a woman won't even allow us to do it. I remember I definitely dated a girl where like she was quick to open the door for herself. I'm like, yo, chill, like I'm coming around, I got you. Or like to open it, like I'm talking about the car door, but like let's say a restaurant door, like, yo, I got you. Like, hold on, let me pull out this. Like she was just quick. And sometimes maybe they're just not used to it. Maybe they just don't want it. Maybe whatever. But sometimes, you know, I just don't want it. And it's like, okay, cool, whatever.
No, I totally understand. There's been a few times that I've had chivalry around me, and because I'm used to being alone already or independent,
right?
I'm like oblivious to it. So I right away go for the door, and then I have to stop myself. Like, no, I'm with a man. Let him do that for me. There's nothing wrong with having a man open doors, letting you walk first, introducing you, like things like that. So I totally agree.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if that's your expectations, let it be known from jump. You know, I mean, any type of expectation. I think the biggest thing is communication. You know, I'm firmly just tell me like it is. I hate games. We are grown as hell. Like, talk to me. What's up? Because I'm gonna look at you like, talk to me. Because you don't talk to me, I'm not gonna figure it out. This is not a video game. This is a relationship. This is reality. You know what I mean? Leave that for the PS4. Like, nah. So
because a lot of men need guidance because they don't know what we want.
That's a whole fact. That's definitely a fact. I'm not gonna lie.
They don't know what we want, and how should they know? Every female's different. Everybody comes from a different background, relationship.
Right.
So yeah, you have to tell people. Sometimes this, you know, a lot of people say, well, I shouldn't have to tell my man to do this for me. Well, sometimes you do.
Yeah,
sometimes you do.
Yeah, you do. And then be like,
I'm sorry to tell you, ladies, that sometimes you do. Don't wait for a man to make you happy if you haven't even communicated that to him, because he doesn't know.
True, he's out here thinking like he's doing the right thing because of what he might have heard from other women. But then again, you know, it's not cool, because then you'll go ahead and be like, oh, why you compare me to this girl? Because I don't got nothing else to go by. You got to talk to me about this stuff. Talk to me about what's going on. And that's it.
Okay, so you believe in chivalry. So now with the dating, 2020, being a male, being a black male at that, from Brooklyn, traveling the world, do you believe in dating? And what is your definition of dating? Because everybody has a different perception of what dating is. I can think we're dating, and you can say, I'm just talking to her. I'm not dating her. I mean, I'm saying, yeah, we dated. We got on 1,000 times. Well, what's the deal with that?
I think 2020 ain't no dating. Everybody's on FaceTime now. You feel me? So I don't know what's going on with this COVID. There ain't no dating left. But
that's horrible.
It is. It really honestly is. But I saw this meme the other day too about the criteria of dating. I'm from, once again, that middle of that kind of old school, but you gotta have to have that new school mentality, because you know you're just 8 billion people in the world. You feel me? You can't just, you know what I mean, focus on one person. So what's dating to me? I mean, there's categories to it. You know what I mean? If you just first you meet somebody, you know what I mean, you talking, or you're not even date, you just met somebody, you're cool, you texting and stuff like that, you know, and you be like, yo, I'm feeling you too, let's go on a date. Then you're talking because there's nothing that's been solidified. You know what I mean? Like I'm about to take her on a date. You know, let's go on a date, whatever. You know, from there you figure out if you want another date. You know what I mean? Maybe there will be another date. You know what I mean? Definitely, once again, conversation, because it has to be had. Now I'm also a firm believer in limits, and you know, so there has to be a limit to that. If I'm taking you on dates for like 5 months now, homie, there's got to be, you know, like, all right, what's next? You know what I mean?
Right.
So then from there, you know, I usually would have a conversation like, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really feeling you. I really, you know, think this is dope. You know, I really want to get to know you more, you know, and that's when you become kind of, I guess, not exclusive to the world, but like exclusive to one another. Now we're dating.
Right.
I think we go from talking to dating, you know, and then that's pretty much that. Talking from dating, and then dating, you be like, yo, what's up? From what's up, like, yo, I want to be with you, make it official, keep moving, keep it pushing. But at the end of the day, it's about conversation. At the end of the conversation.
let's say we went on 5 dates and we talk here and there. Is that dating, or is that just that we kicked it a couple of times?
There, the fine 5 date here and there, like what is? I guess, and also once.
Well, we talk every day. You know, we text every day, we interact every day, and then we've gone on a couple of dates, maybe 5. No sex.
No, I mean,
would you consider that dating someone?
Once again, like, no, definitely. I mean, you're definitely dating someone, but once again, conversation, because there's been many people, you know, like I said, that honestly don't believe that, yo, I'm with that person just because I've been on those dates or whatever it may be. Somebody said flirting. Honestly, yeah, I mean, there you go. It's that maybe somebody might consider that, oh, we're just flirting, we're just whatever. At that point, you're not talking, you're dating. Definitely you're dating.
Okay.
I like to break it down to relationship. You know, like, no, that's my girl. This is mine. Yo, everybody wants ownership. You know, everybody wants to be claimed. And I think that's the biggest thing when people jump into a relationship and they feel like they're not acknowledging that person. Everybody wants to be claimed. So, like, that's my girl. You know, we was talking, you feel me? And then I was really digging the fact that we're talking every day. The vibes is there. We started dating because I took her on more than 2-3 dates, you know. And then I made it official. Like, yo, I want you. I don't want nobody else. That's it.
Okay.
People kind of keep it.
So you believe in the dating world. That's good.
Yeah, I definitely do believe in the dating world, but at the same time, 2020 or this century or this decade, whatever, you know, has changed. The definition of dating has definitely changed, you know, and an understanding. Because for me, back in the day when I was talking to somebody, I thought it meant talking to that one person. You feel me? Like, yo, I'm feeling you. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that the next generation, because I was dating somebody younger than me. You feel me? That meant, oh, we're not together. I'm going to still mess with whomever I want to, talk to whomever I want to. I didn't know this till later. And I was like, oh, shoot. You feel me? That joy blew my mind. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I better catch up before I get left behind, because apparently it's starting to trickle down once again with social media and media, because now what I'm seeing, even people from my age, that's the mindset now too. And I'm just like, okay, this dating thing is too much for me. This is not. You guys are rewriting some unwritten rules, and that makes no sense to me. So
absolutely, and it's our choice to either fall for it and go through with it, or stay to your morals and know what you want to do and be mature about things.
Yo, honestly, that's why I got big on communication. I'm gonna tell you what it is, how it is, what's going on. Of course, not too abrupt, but more kind of just like, yo, this is what it is, because I got no time for games. I'm much older. I got no patience. I got to focus on my music, my career. And that's just, once again, me, you know? And just like, I don't want to waste your time. Talk to me about it, because I'm not out here trying to waste nobody's time. You're not out here trying to waste my time. If I'm broken, I'm going to tell you I'm broken. If I can't do it, I can't do it, and call it a day. You know what I mean? Because like I said, 2020 is on some next, you know what I mean? So I don't know. Not no more.
Are we still judging females for having sex on a first date?
I would hope, you know what, and guys do that. Definitely, I can definitely attest to that. And
now let's just I just want to put it out there that she's a grown woman. She got her stuff together. She's respectful, but the chemistry is there. The attraction is there.
It happens. Yo,
stuff happens.
It happens. Definitely, guys do say that. I don't know if guys still judge. I hope that they wouldn't. I know there's a movement going around, like, because I'll go on Twitter sometimes. I don't know how viral it's been. You know, it's because I don't have some sort of, you know, scientific test to be able to tell you that. You know what I mean? So I hope that guys wouldn't judge a female for doing it on the first date, because guys be out here trying to do that ish on the first date too. You know what I mean? So, yo, let her live her best life. You know, you live your best life. And once again, like, yo, what's up, man? You trying to da-da-da-da? Cool. I've never done it. You feel me? But, oh, I lie. It happened once. But she did it to me as opposed to the other way around. I was feeling her, and I ain't know. She just wanted one night stand. I was like, oh, snap. That's some crazy ish. You know what I mean? But, you know, once again, communication. At the end of the day, like, okay. You should just let her go jump. That's it. You
know, sometimes you meet an individual and they're with you. Oh, no judgment. We hit together. And then when you guys don't have nothing going on, it's being judged. So I just want to know, are there men judging females for having sex that first night? What is really in your head? Do you lie to females and say, no, we don't judge you? And then in the back of your head, you're like, nah, that's not the chick I want to settle down with.
Nah, I mean,
or does it not matter?
For me, like I said, I try my best to be as transparent as possible, and you know, not super transparent to a point where you're all in my life. You know what I mean? But I try to be as honest as possible. Like I like when I say I have no time, I have no time. So be about it. I honestly don't care. And like I said, I can only speak for myself in my circle. You know, because you know, at the end of the day, you keep the company that you are the company that you keep. You know what I mean? And none of us really, honestly, whatever, because we're trying to be as logical as we possibly can. Like, yo,
right.
shorty swimming on the first date? Okay. How many times did we do that? Or how many times did you do that? How many times did you, whoever, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be hypocrites out here, you know? And once again, it goes back to communication. Like, yo, like, homie, nah, not cool, doc. You can't say that when you did this. You know, you can't say this when, you know, you got yourself urges. You know, we're human beings. We all have primal urges, you know? So with that,
absolutely.
you like, live your best life. Use protection. Live your best life.
Men, are you guys working for sex when you meet a woman, or is sex not really a huge deal right away? Or does it just depend?
One more time.
For men, when you first meet a female, is the goal to have sex, or has that changed a little bit? Or does it just depend?
I think that's definitely still a goal, you know. Like
that's always the goal? That's always the end prize?
I don't know if it's the end prize. I don't know if it's the end prize. Because, okay, but you know what I just pictured? I pictured, you feel me, like, say you going out, you know, with your peoples to, like, a vacation. You going out to different, like, to the Vegas or freaking Cayman Islands or wherever, you know what I mean? For whatever reason, you just want to have a good time. So you're not thinking about the repercussions. You're not thinking about whatever. I think both men and women have had that kind of dichotomy, that kind of idea, like, oh, we're going to have some fun tonight. Like, ooh, look at shorty over there. She look good. Ooh, look at him over there. He is sexy. He is fine. Oh, I met him at the bar. We had some love it. Hello, Brazil. We had some love in Brazil. So that's what I was thinking there just now. You feel me? I think if we're talking in respects to, like, dating or, like, somebody that wants to actively pursue dating, then nah, like, you're not trying to do that. That's not, like, the end result. Because if that's the end result, then there you go. You got nowhere to go after that. You feel me?
Right,
shit's
right.
done. Like, all right, I already got it. That's it. You know what I mean? So if you're not trying to do it, you're not trying to do it. That's it.
Now, you put up a meme the other day that started this whole conversation, which was awesome.
Let's talk about
and it said something to, I mean, I don't know if you remember word for word. If you do, you can say it.
I think I do. I could paraphrase it. I don't know if I remember exactly verbatim, but it said something about public service announcement. Men get tired of women that aren't on their ish too and can't support themselves and as well too. Something like that.
Are you men meeting a lot of females nowadays that are that way?
For sure, definitely.
Really?
Definitely, guaranteed.
Now, what pressures do we have as a man in this society when it comes to dating or even having a wife or a girlfriend? You know, we always hear the first thing, money, because if you have a woman, you got to have the money, right? You know, because you want to take her out. You want to, right. It's not about being a money whore or anything like that.
No. And you know what it is? I think the pressure is, it's women, for me at least, you know, from what I've seen, and once again, for me on my end, you know, they hold us to these old school standards, but want us to treat them with new school standards too, I guess, you know. And I'm totally with, but full disclaimer, I believe definitely in women equality. I definitely believe women should have their place to do what they need to do. They should get paid more, you know. But, you know, at the very same time, you flipping out here talking to me about you being a boss, you being the standard third, and then turn around and look at me and be like, oh, why don't you pay our rent this month? Like, hold on.
Okay.
Like, wait. Now, don't get it twisted. Now, if I'm a millionaire and I'm making more than you feel me, and I'm making all this, you know, whatever, then of course, because by right, and that's just how the Haitian household is, I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of you, and that's just the goal. And that's maybe an issue of mine, to spoil whomever I'm with. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I also got to be realistic too. This is 2020 in New York. You know, I guess it also depends on the region you're from, because I was definitely, I had time, and I was definitely on the debates. You know what I mean? And some person told me, "Why can't men do this and you know, etc." And then I was like, I broke down New York's prices, and then she told me where she was from, some spot, and she said her rent was $350. I said $350 for rent. I said,
wow.
I said, biatch, where is that? I said, I have no.
Where is it?
I said, let me know. I have no problem. Listen, if $350 for rent, baby girl, do you? I got you. Let's do it.
I got the whole year.
Let's go. You feel me? You know?
Yeah.
But so I guess it also depends where you're from, because I'm realizing from these debates, there's so much, you know, there's so much details that we kind of well, there's so much details we don't look out for, you know? So for me, personally speaking, in 2020, if I had the means and funds to do that, of course I would want to do that. But at the very same time, I am not a fan of hypocrisy. You can't be out here telling me you do this, you do this, you want to do this, and you're this, and you're a savage, and yeah, sassy, bougie, classy, and then come out here and look at me to pay every bill, every this and the third, all whatever it may be. I'm gonna look at you like, okay, what about sassy, bougie, classy? Where your bank account? You feel me?
Yeah.
Where's your bank account? That makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me, and that's what that's why I say I feel like today as a man, especially a black male too, you know, I got to do this, that, pressure do that. I got no problem doing it for you as long as you respect me. I got no problem doing it for you as long as there's a teamwork going on, especially since today, you know, people don't like I'm from like an old school Christian household where the word submissive used to ruffle feathers, you know what I mean? But then
it can still ruffle feathers.
It definitely ruffles feathers, you know?
I know that I'm personally, as a Latina, not crazy about that word submitting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll submit in my own comfortability.
Right.
And even sexually I can submit. But for me to submit and you're telling me to submit, now you're building a defense for me. Now I don't even want to submit.
Right. And that's what it is. And today, I honestly believe, same thing like you said, submissive, or being submitting under comfortability, but also a respect. You know, I think I tell people at the end of the day, for me, I still believe in being the head of the household, but really that doesn't mean that I'm the per se top. It just means that I'm driving this plane, you know, and you're my co-pilot, you're my co-captain. We're both captains. You know what I mean? There's certain things I can't do. There's certain things you can do. You're my balance.
Absolutely.
You know, so we're going to figure this out together. And at the end of the day, I still got to look at you as my co-captain to tell you this, to find out, to report back to the depot and let you know, okay, we're clear to land. All right, we're clear to land. So it's still, once again, this theme of communication. You know, it's teamwork at the end of the day. So, you know, if I'm in a relationship, in a situation where I'm paying all the bills, I'm paying for food, I'm paying for this and the third, and you out here making TikToks about sassy, bougie, clean, and savage, I'm going to expose the daylights out of you because you are definitely not. That's a dub, especially in 2020 where America itself can't even give us actual relief funds, you know, for anyone.
Yeah.
Where America itself, and let's just talk, like, freak America, let's talk about New York City, where you have a shack for $1,500, and that's not even a full-on apartment. That's a studio, a one-bedroom, $1,800.
Yeah, it's crazy out here.
It's going up, and you expect me to pay all that on the simple fact that we're both making the same thing, if that. You know what I mean? So, nah, that's a whole dub. Don't come at me looking at that, and we definitely get tired. And the older I've gotten, the more honest I've gotten about that. You know what I mean? If you couldn't do it, you couldn't do it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, that's cool. You know what I mean? Call it a day. Especially if you're out here disrespecting me, flirting with all these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? All these
of course.
That's a whole dub. You know what I mean? So,
I have a comment here from Nadie714. She said, fair exchange is never a robbery.
Never robbery. But there's people that don't believe that. People believe fair exchange is you taking care of what you need to do because you're a man. You know what I mean? You can't hold me to old school norms or old school ideals, and yet at the same time treat you like new school. You know what I mean? Of course, I always respect. Women deserve all respect, but don't be out here trying to run my bank account dry, because it definitely happened, you know, and then turn around and be like, I'm independent. No, you're not. You have a bank account and it's called your boyfriend.
Oh.
There you go.
You know, because a lot of females are dating men to just go eat and drink and have a good time, right? Where did all that come from?
We allowed it.
Okay, you guys allowed that.
We allowed it because, once again, there's F-boys out here that's just trying to get some punani, you know what I mean? And then they out here, you know, spending left and money just like, oh yeah, baby, I got you. Like, come here, you doing what it is. And she's not stupid. She's privy to the game too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's being smart. So she's out here like, okay, yeah, daddy, whatever. And she's thirst shopping. She looking good. She know that I don't need you. I can get this other dude to do that too. And that's it. And with, like I said, social media, it's a problem. So we allowed it. We allowed this dumb ish. You know what I mean? So that's it.
Now, as a man, what have females allowed for you to do to us that has become acceptable, but it's still not acceptable? Did I say that?
Man, that's a good question. I don't.
Good. Think about it, because I'm gonna put on my light. Think about that real quick.
Okay. Say it again too, so I really internalize that.
Basically, this is all new to me, so I'm trying to like, I'm trying to get everything like out of the light. But basically, what I was trying to say was, as a man and your experience, what are our females doing that we should not be doing or allowing to be done?
In respect to a relationship or just society?
Just when you meet a man or dating. Is there any like advice you can give females as a man, like stop doing this and this is why you won't deal with that? Because you know, a lot of us females also we also feel like there's a lot of things people get away with because of our standards and our beliefs and our insecurity or our fear of not being in a relationship. So you deal with certain things. There's females that stay in relationships that are abusive. There's females that are staying with people that cheat on them or have these volatile arguments or go out to dinner with a guy and the guy never calls back because he ghosts her. Like, what are we doing wrong as females right now? I know a lot of ways. I know as a female, we're doing a lot of things not right.
Well, then I would say, I guess because it's more of your experience, I can't, as a guy, I can't, you know, tell you those experiences.
But you're observing and you're a man. So
yeah. I mean, because like I said too, it's a different reality for me too. You know what I mean? So I mean, because my answer to that was like, yo, woman should be able to do whatever the F she wants to do. Do what you want to do. You know, live your best life. You know what I mean? But you know, the closest thing I could even fathom and think would be sometimes if I was out on a date, right? But of course, it's somebody that I'm with, you know, for a minute, you know, and you know, she shows initiative and actually wants to pay the bill, you know. But sometimes you get like that waiter that looks at you like, she's paying.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, homie, chill out. I just paid for the last 7. Like, whoa, relax. Like, you know what I mean? To give you that eye, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I still wouldn't even say not to do that because actually, for me as a guy, it's like it. Believe it or not, it's so weird. As a guy, a woman does that. Right after, like, say I pay whatever, maybe, and she's like, no, I got it, baby, I got this one. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, no, that's a wrap. I'm about to get you a car tomorrow. Stop playing. You about to get this G-Wagon. Stop playing. You know what I mean? So for me,
why does that turn men on so much? Are females really not like treating?
For me, that's a turn on.
It is a turn on.
It's a turn on. Oh hell yeah! It's like, okay, so you got it. So you're not looking at me like a cash cow. All right, I got it. Don't even worry about the next one, baby. Like, baby, I got it. Don't even worry about it. I just want to see. Like, okay. You know what I mean? Because we're out here building an empire. Like, how are we supposed to build an empire if my cash flow isn't, you know, isn't being allocated to where it needs to be, but it's going directly to you? We doing this together as a squad, as a unit. You know what I mean? So that we build that empire, we reach this top. I know that, yo, you got me when I don't got it. You got me when I don't got it. I got you when you don't got it. And for the most part, I'm gonna work my ass off as a man because by nature, I want to nurture you in that respect, in that regard. But if you show me that you got my back, I no problem. But if you be a cold cash cow, to the left, that's not happening.
So that was a turn on. So what is a turn off for you with females?
Well, that, like I said from before, a turn off.
What's turning men off nowadays?
Honestly, jumping in a relationship when you know you shouldn't, or projecting insecurities or whatever. I feel like it's a people thing too. But once again, I can only speak for me. You know, jumping into something you know you're not ready for, whether it be because of race, you know, because that's a real thing. Get into a relationship knowing that your family will not allow a black guy and being in a whole situation. Jumping to a relationship when you know
you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for that, and your partner gotta be ready for that too, because that God knows where that can go.
Real talk. I'm out here being a sword. You out here being a shield. We got to come together because this is our defense. This is attack. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's for me definitely, and that comes with age too. A turn off, like I said, trying to be all, you know, stunting, but you're really not independent. You know. What else? And just
how about like I know this is so random and stupid, but like if you're having a female when you're having sex. Would it be a turn off if she didn't brush her teeth or take a shower?
Oh, definitely. What? You can't be stinking out here. I mean, you know.
Not saying that she doesn't take showers. I'm just saying, let's say you're about to have sex with her and she really doesn't go to take a shower. It kind of just happened.
Well, you know, if you're out here smelling like onions, you know, that, you know, then, ooh, that's whoa. You know?
How about fish?
I mean, you just can't be smelling rancid. You know what I mean? So, because, you know, and let's be real, because sometimes you come from a date, right? Let's say it's the 5th date. You've already made it solidified. You spoke about it. You know what I mean? You're not out here going to take 45 minutes each to take a shower and jump to the bed and do whatever. No, you're going to go right to town. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, because you're not out here smelling like fish in roti.
I got you.
You know, like, so yeah. You know,
I just want to throw you a wrench. That's all.
Say it again?
I wanted to throw you a little wrench to see how you would react. That's all.
I'm Gucci. Like, yo, let's have a good time, but don't be out here smelling like, sour cream and chips like that. That's a dub. That's a whole
Charlemagne, I was listening to Charlemagne the other day. He said something like his father always said, like, that it's better smelling like fish, like to indulge in that, than a man's cologne, like than it smelling like a man's cologne. Basically, I think he was trying to tell his father, like, if it smells like fish, it's still a female, like, have fun with it. If it smells like cologne, then you know you're in trouble.
You know what? This is true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's the reality that I want. Because if I take a whiff and show they smell like man's cologne, I'm not putting that in because STDs are real. Like, so
yeah,
that ain't happening. Like, oh, that ain't me. Hold on, that's not that. That ain't sure. What's that? That's not. Hey, that look like Elon Musk. That look like that Musk. That's not what I wear. Okay.
Yeah. Then are you really female or not?
Like, oh, what's going on?
What are men looking for in females nowadays?
I don't know.
And don't be cliche either.
I don't know. But if I'm going by social media and the ratio of likes, a girl with a fat ass and fucking all this dumb shit that's going on. But like I said, I can't speak for someone else.
Understood.
Me. You know what I mean? I know what I'm looking for. I know all that jazz, but I can't speak for them. I can only speak for what's being publicized, which I actually have a problem with because I still don't believe that's the full-on ratio. I think that's what Instagram, being one of the leading social media platforms out there, and their algorithm portrays. Once again, not to say it doesn't happen. It does happen. But it's to say that I'm not, until I get some real statistics out there, I can't really say, because I know for me and my circle what we're looking for. I know what I'm looking for, But because, algorithm, the more likes, that's what's going to pop in your feed. So you're going to see whatever, and don't get me wrong. Of course, they some beautiful women, they sexy-ish, but is that what you're looking for? No. So I can't. I know what I'm looking for. I don't know what men as a whole are looking for. I can't,
If you were having sex with a female, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she screamed out someone else's name.
Ah!
Is that a deal breaker for you?
Oh, most definitely. What? What?
There's no talking about it. There's no like, oh, it came out. It's not. I don't even know this person. Like nothing.
Okay, what? Ain't no
unacceptable.
Listen, they used to call me Sherlock back in the day. Like, ain't no way what you gonna scream out, Michael B. Jordan? Like, you feel me? I mean, if you say, oh, Michael B. Jordan, I'd be like, I mean, I know you didn't meet him. I wouldn't be too upset. I'd be like, oh, okay. I mean, like, so last night you screamed at Michael B. But
I mean, there's situations, not to cut you off, but there's situations that somebody was with somebody else for a very long time, and you guys are now dating and intimate. And sometimes you're used to saying a name, and it kind of slips up.
No,
I'm just saying.
Okay.
That's not understandable.
I'm not gonna break up with you. I'm definitely gonna have that conversation for sure.
Somebody said, "Oh hell yeah, we done."
I ain't gonna listen. I'm like off that. I was thinking the same thing, but I'm thinking about it. Like, if I'm actually in a legit relationship, would I break up with the person? No. Off that, But if I'm noticing, like, say his name is Gerald. I mean, like, ooh, Gerald, boom. I'm like, oh, so who's Gerald? Definitely we're stopping there. I'm not continuing. Next morning we have a conversation. And if I'm noticing, oh, you happen to be texting Gerald, I'm like, okay, yeah. That's a problem. So definitely. So when I say deal breaker, no, maybe it might raise some eyebrows, but I wouldn't say like a full on out, deal breaker.
There was another question here. Would you date or have sex with a woman you would never marry?
Would I date and have sex with a woman that I would never marry?
Yeah, I feel like we're all doing that, though.
All done that.
Yeah, we're doing. And do you usually, like, let's say you're in a relationship, would you, do you usually know that if this is a woman you're gonna marry or not? And what do you do in that case? Let's say you have years with her and you just know, I love her, I'm with her, I'm here, but she ain't the one, man.
Time, don't waste the time. I'm not a fan. I'm a massive fan of time. Don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste your time.
Time is too crucial right now.
Yeah, what? I mean, look at this now. Like, it's so funny. We're all quarantined. Everything is halted. The one commodity that we have now that we all complain about is time.
Yeah.
So don't waste my time. I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna call it a day. I forgot the first part of that question that you asked, but Yeah, I don't know.
No, that was pretty much it with that question. I'm just trying because people are interacting. Are you honest with your intentions? And if you're not, why not? I can speak for females. I can speak for myself. Before you get to that, I don't think that men or a lot of female. Let's just say people. I don't like to do men versus female. But I am asking you questions for a male's point of view.
Yeah.
I don't think that people, let me see, would you say you're not marriage material? Okay, hold on. Let me get to one question at a time. I don't think that everybody's honest with their intention, even though they say they are, but I highly disagree with that.
Sure. And it's definitely a person thing. It's a you know, a character trait, you know what I mean? So, cause there's, okay, like back in the day, I remember, you know, I grew up on Flatbush, you know what I mean? A bunch of Crips left and right, and, you know, my cousins and left and whatever. He would be blunt and be like, hey, yo, mom, I'm not gonna tell you. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, yo, I want you to come over. This is what we about to do. You know what I mean? He's never once said that he wants this. He's constantly said, this is what I want from you. You know what I mean? So it's up to everyone to make up that decision. There's some people that be like, yo, baby, this all it is all I want. What's up? And like I said, I've had females that have told me that, and I had to make the decision like, you know what? No. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it to the left. You know, so but there also are people that just, like you said, aren't honest about their intentions, you know, or maybe they just don't know. And that goes back to my point earlier.
Interesting.
You know, don't jump into something that you know you're not ready for, you know, and sometimes maybe you want to be ready for it. Because I've definitely been there where like I'm heartbroken, but I really want to jump into this because I'm really digging the person. But it's like I can't because I know that I'm gonna waste your time. My heart's in a bad place, and you know, that's all she wrote. So yeah.
What gesture will let you know a female is liking you?
She looks at me.
That's good. A lot of people would say, you know, tousling with the hair and giggling, but there's females that have a flirtation, a very flirty nature of themselves.
Super flirty.
So me doing this doesn't mean I necessarily like you. Sometimes this actually relaxes me.
Yeah.
And since you ain't doing it, I gotta do it. You know what I mean? You know, I can smile at you, but you know, the way I look at you also could be deceiving because certain people have a certain look in their eye which misperceives what is really not. You know, I'm not to bring me into it, but I've had people tell me there's something about the way you look at certain times at people or your eye movements that could come off very flirtatious or friendly. And it's part of you, but a man can take that like, oh, the essence is liking me.
No, guaranteed. And like I said, and so maybe I suck at this because I can only once again give my perspective as opposed to everybody else.
Go ahead, baby. That's what we here for.
I'm definitely vigilant in that respect, but because I also know that she said you can sing the kind. Thank you.
You just missed him singing to us.
You know, it's sorry because I get ADD at times. People like okay, for me, there's a different energy when, you know, you can always spot a flirt, because I'm not gonna hold you, I'm a flirt. You know what I mean? Like a flirt can spot a flirt. Everybody can spot whatever. So you can definitely spot a flirt from a mile. You know what I mean? But like, okay, you a flirt. All right, you're doing this because you're flirting. But it's a different energy when you know it's there. But because I also do know, like you just finished saying, it could be a quirk. I leave room for error. And oftentimes they'll end up probably telling me like, you didn't get the point. Did you really could not tell that I wanted you to kiss me? And we're like, honestly, I did. But because I don't want to be out here me too and that's left and right.
Yeah.
I want you this, that, and third. No. So sometimes I'll wait for the eye. Sometimes maybe a hand maybe might touch me sometimes, or like caress me sometimes, or, you know, just playing stuff off. So yeah, that's like usually the signs that I'll look for and, you know, figure that out. And, you know, or even if I can sometimes tell like if you're afraid a little bit, so maybe I have to put, you know, a little pedal for the to see. You know what I mean? Throw a little line out there, but, you know, for the most part, it's definitely the eyes and, you know, little playful. Because at the end of the day, you know, touch is one of the most physical, intimate things. You know, if a girl,
absolutely,
does not want to be touched unless she wants to be touched. So touch me and then boom, and then, you know what I mean, and call that a day. So
would you date a flirty woman? There's a lot of men out here that would not mess with a flirty female. Huh?
I dated a flirty woman. That was my problem. Shade. No. No, I mean,
I guess that didn't work out, right? Definitely. 2 flirts together didn't work out.
Nah, you know. Let me tell you something. It's also charm too. You got to know the difference between charm, flirt, and who you are, you know what I mean? Like I like Jackson says, oh, it's my big brother, by the way. Anyways, for me, I know I got a lot of charm. That's just at the end of the day. I'm not gonna conceal. I'm not gonna hide it. I'm not gonna whatever. I know if I want something, if I see somebody, I'm gonna go after her, but I'm gonna be smooth about it. I'm gonna chill about it. You know?
Yes, you play your position, man.
Exactly.
Men are not playing their positions anymore.
Well, I mean,
they're not playing their positions, and they're becoming very like overly emotional. Like to the point that us females don't even want to deal with that. And charm and flirting is two different things. You're right.
It's two different things.
And we have innocent flirting, and then we have destructive flirting. There's a difference there too.
Gentleman vibes all day. My brother Jackson over here, the biggest gentleman, but most charming man I know. Definitely, this girl. Since
well, he's talking about gentleman vibes over here, so he gotta be.
He's too fly.
Hey,
too.
Jackson.
I love this man. Yo, you have no idea. Since we were kids, I love you, Jack. Anyway.
Why are men or boys or men that are stuck in boys' bodies still, why are we dealing with emotional baggage so much? Is it because when we're being raised to be a certain way as a man, and then you get older and you start dealing with all these traumas, and then you just become a person at this point that has emotions and damage? And it leads into emotional baggage and drama. Like, where is all this happening? A lot of us females are seeing, and I've witnessed it too. We're experiencing men with a lot of emotional baggage, insecurities, latching on too quickly, saying things that they think we want to hear. I miss you. You saw me one time. You don't even know me. What do you miss about me? You know? Or I can love you one day. Or, you know, just things that they think that we want to hear. Or I want to get married. You want to get married? Meanwhile, we only been talking for a month. Like, where's all this coming from? Is this like game still? Is it lame game? Just trying to see where the female's at?
I mean, well, like Jackson, there's different points and reasons behind it too. Because like Jackson just said just now, definitely how you were raised definitely plays a role. Definitely a game. That's just one separate. Another one is definitely a game. You know what I mean? Because they think, you know, I can tug into your emotion a little bit and I got you. But the next one, if we're talking honest, well, like somebody that's maybe going through whatever, it could be social norms too. You know what I mean? Because back in the day, I remember crying was considered to be homosexual. And once again, by the way, I have no problem with anybody homosexual. Anybody's watching this, whatever. I ain't trying to get in trouble out here. You know what I mean? Definitely lack of combo. That you know, it was like, oh, you can't be the standard third. And for me, you know, as a teenager, you know, you start to conform to these norms, but at the same time, I hated everybody's telling me I'm gonna be me 1,000%. You know what I mean? So, you know, and it's still like that today. Like, oh, you know, you want a guy that's sensitive, but when a guy is sensitive, it tells you how he feels. Oh, he's weak. Oh, and he's a good guy now. And you know what I mean? Or whatever it may be, you know? So I feel like today in 2020, you know, with this whole new millennial movement or generation, whatever the hell that is now, you know, people actually want to talk about things. And now it's like we finally get to kind of unleash, you know, and gender expectations, you know, like I'm supposed to be a guy, you know what I mean, do this. And for me, and even in that dating scene, I was actually having a conversation with an old friend about that. And I started laughing because she was like, you've always been such a, you know, super nice guy. And maybe that's why, you know, this, that, and third with your relationships and, you know, and who you are and your personality. And I looked at her and I said, listen, you haven't spoken to me in so long. You don't know who the F I am now. You trust me. You wouldn't be able to handle me now. But I'm not going to change who I am. I'm positive because there's too much negativity out here. I'm positive. And I'm going to post my positivity when I need to be. When I need to be emotional and angry on the gram, I'll do that. But the gram has enough of that. So I'm going to be me as an artist. And if you F my music, F with that because of that. But I'm not going to be who I am then. Don't compare me to me then and compare to me now. You don't know who the hell I am. You feel me? But that also goes with confidence and knowing who you are, you know, as a person. So you got to have the balls enough to say like, yo, this is what it is and call it a day. But definitely all those three, definitely game for sure. Definitely how you were raised. But also now these social norms are starting to break and guys feel like, oh, I can actually express myself. The biggest movement for me I'm very happy about is like black men saying like, yo, bro, I love you. I remember back in the day, you couldn't say that. Like, yo, bro, that's some fly kicks. Like, we actually show emotion, and I think that's fly. Yeah. You know, actually, there's a picture, to plug Jack, there's a picture of us back in the day, not back in the day, like a year ago, there's a picture of us hugging each other, you know what I mean, after a gig. And that gig was massive, you know what I mean? And people, I remember if you posted that 10 years ago, that'd be weird. Like, oh, Jackson's hugging Birdo, and it was like a brotherly hug. Yo, bring that in. You know what I mean?
Right,
We grew up
right.
at church, so that's what we got used to. So I'm glad it's like a new thing that's going on within like men, especially black men too. So yeah, those
yeah, love is universal.
yeah, that's
you
it.
know.
That's it. You know, it's brotherly love. Like, yo, kings should be loving on kings. That's it.
What do you think of one night stands?
One night stands, do you? I really don't care. Like,
Okay.
do you? Like, I don't care. Listen, if you want to have a good time, you're having a good time. If you're having a good time, I don't really care. Like, yo.
Do you believe in threesomes? Threesomes in relationships?
When I was younger, I in a relationship, no.
Hold on. We're gonna get cut off in 5 seconds. Come right back. So